It started in 1962. It was just like a storefront. It was just a taqueria, which sells just tacos. And it slowly, my grandmother worked and she's kind of helped it grow into what it is now. We have 3 generations working here, and so we bring in the old with some of the new. My brother's always testing things out, bringing in some new plates to the menu. But my father and my grandmother, they kind of make sure that everything stays the way it's always been. Good service and good food at prices that most people can afford. A lot of times you go to places and it's a little bit too pricey, especially when you have a big family. You want to make sure everyone eats well and it's not going to be overboard. You know, we have customers and we've known them for 10, 20 years, you know. We just concentrate on what we know best. You know, we're not going to try to compare or try to outdo somebody else. We just focus on what we're doing, the food, and it seems like it's working because we still have a lot of our same customers.
Okay, Yoli, you've been going to Nuevo Leon since you were a little kid, so tell us what always brings you back.
The food is just very authentic. I'm really impressed with the way they make the tortillas in the kitchen. Everything that's made there is made from scratch. So when you walk in, I mean, they're not really trying to impress you with the decor or, you know, it's bring your own. So a lot of people don't know that when they get there.
And you do have a favorite dish that you eat there.
Right. I have bistela mexicana. That's my dad's favorite, so I kind of got hooked on that. It's flank steak sautéed in different vegetables with rice and beans. And going to eat there is like being in Mexico. It's like a little piece of Mexico on 18th Street. My friends that I've taken there, they really like it. It's inexpensive. It's just a nice place to be.
All right, Matthew, your turn.
My turn. We went on a Thursday night. It was about 7:45. We drove up. I was very impressed with the outside of the building. It's painted beautifully, 3 stories. And I thought, you know, this is going to be a really great margarita. Oh, well, there you go. No margaritas. We walked in, and we were not greeted or acknowledged or even looked at or waved to, so we kind of just wandered around, and we went to another room where there were people. We ordered an appetizer. It was just single nachos. You know, it looked like it had been dropped. It was all, you know, on one side of the plate. I was like, oh dear. I had the sliced, I don't know what it was, I don't remember what it's called, some sliced pork in like a mole.
Right, adobo.
And it was just a plate of brown. There was no color or, you know, anything interesting about the dinner itself. I didn't think it really had anything unique to offer me, other than the building was painted beautifully, and they had the waitresses have great outfits.
What are they wearing?
It's just like traditional Mexican dresses, but it's not really like your place where it's a neighborhood restaurant. You're Mexican, you go there, you know what to eat, and it's exactly what you ordered. Like, you ordered a traditional meal, and people who are Mexican that order that, they know what to expect. It's the best Mexican restaurant in the city.
You know what?
You need to go there with me.
Okay.
And I'll translate, I'll introduce you.
Got it.
I mean, you'll be treated like a king. They're great there. They're really great.
You know, you need to go with somebody who can do some ordering for you, because that was the
you know what,
difficulty
try
I
this.
had there. You know, if you don't know what to order, you know, it's like any good restaurant. You don't go to Gibson's and order, you know, a hot dog or meatloaf. You order the steak. I mean, that's what it's all about. The menu is very extensive. I mean, there's a lot of things to choose from on there.
Well, they don't try to make it. They don't try to impress you with different, you know, gourmet Tex-Mex kind of. I mean, that's if you think if you go visit somebody who's Mexican, and this is what you'll eat. It's just beans, rice, steak, but it's made from scratch. That's what I really like about it. I mean, everything's made in the kitchen by these people who've been there for years.
It is obviously Hispanic. I mean, I almost felt uncomfortable because of being, you know, that I didn't speak Spanish, but I was still challenged by it. So I went in, and I did like you. No one greeted me. I kind of walked around and looked to find a table. But I liked the fact that the menu at least had, you know, English on it, so that you could decipher what you were going to attempt to order anyhow.
New menu.
But it did. It did have
a new menu.
I think it's a new menu.
And at lunch, anyhow, I was the only Anglo. There was no one speaking English in the whole place. They didn't intentionally make me feel uncomfortable, but I felt uncomfortable because I felt I was in another country all by myself.
That's odd, because every time, whenever I go, there are different kinds of people,
Yes, but
and
you're
police
Mexican.
officers, politicians. They're
You know,
huge.
that wasn't,
Well,
you know, my
they're
experience,
static.
and I did it, at, you know, admittedly at a lunch. But like I said about the Pepper Lounge, you know, my expectations looking on the outside and inside were completely different, and I was rewarded. Where here, I had expectations higher, you know, for the ambiance anyhow.
Right.
From the outside, I go, whoa, this is definitely going to be a diamond in the rough, and this is really going to be a fun experience. And I got inside, and you know, it was a family diner, and I really didn't expect that.
Which is okay, because
no question, right, don't
there's a lot
misinterpret.
there's a lot of charm and a lot of great things that can come out of that. You know, it just this particular one
Right.
didn't do it.
There's so many complaints that, you know, we in the States, especially Chicago, if you're going to get Mexican food, you just get, you know, Mex or Tex-Mex, and it's really been very anglicized. This is authentic food. This and that part of it, you know, I found appealing.
Well, Yuli, this is your pick, so stick up for it again.
Well, I think it's an authentic restaurant. I think it's awesome. It's in a great part of the city. You seat yourself. It's like visiting a friend. I think for authentic Mexican food, approved by me, I think it's a great place that people should check out. I think it's awesome.
All right, Matt, it's your turn to stick it to her one more time.
It's nothing personal. I would take you up on your offer to go with you, but I'm visualizing more flavors and division and excitement in the food, and it wasn't there. So I would not go back. No, I'm sorry.
That's okay. But you'd go back with me, right?
I would go back with you after a lot of discussion, maybe.
And Craig, which side of 18th Street are you going to stand on?
You know, I like new experiences. I think that we need to venture out and find different things. But if I were driving through the neighborhood and had a reason, you know, that I was hungry, or you know, I wouldn't hesitate to stop there. But it would not be a destination.
Well, you can figure this all out for yourself at Nuevo Leon at 1515 West 18th Street in Chicago. 312-421-1517. They're open Sunday through Thursday from 7 a.m. to 12 a.m. Friday and Saturday from 7 a.m. to 5 a.m. Reservations are accepted for parties of 20 or more. Wow. And the average tip without the margaritas, because they don't have any, is about $10 a person.